Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of my Pennsylvania series. This is going to mark episode number 5, and in this one I'm going to go over how I did the planters slash flower beds that help divide up Main Street, these things. I've done a couple of videos kind of back to back recently, so if you haven't checked out some of my previous ones, make sure to check that out. In the last one I went over how I did the bathrooms and the bunkers and these privacy fences behind the buildings. So make sure to check that out. I'll post a link in the description. But anyway, on to this episode. So like I said, in this one, I'm going to go over my process for making these flower beds. I'll give you a little bit of a explanation on the thought process behind what you're about to see in the time lapse. So I always start with these fountains on the end because it kind of helps make a nice box, and they line up perfectly. And when I was developing the streets, in episode 1 or 2 or whatever it was, you noticed that I intently designed these streets to be the exact width of these fountains, and that was definitely intentional because I think they kind of look nice on the ends. And then I like using these walls to kind of make the shape of the flower bed. So once I get the box set, as it were, then I kind of lay down the plants, and there's a lot of maneuvering that you'll see. Once I get everything down, it's not always going to fit 100% perfect, so I then have to kind of readjust things, make it fit, and then I lay down all of these green plants first to kind of make the slots, as it were. And then once I've got the slots down, then I can go in, delete some of them, and place down, some of these other items, like, these trees or the other flowers. Additionally, what you'll notice is, since this is not like a perfect straight line, obviously this is a curved road, you got to kind of, play with the placement of these barriers and these light posts. So again, it's not going to line up 100% perfect. So this side is definitely more tightly packed than this side. And what I do is I kind of lay everything down, and then once I got everything in place, I make small readjustments. So you'll see there's a little bit more space in between this barrier and the fountain than there is between this one and this one. But, without knowing that, it's not as easy to spot right off the bat. So, you just kind of play with the spacing a little so that it looks natural and you can fill those gaps, but you don't, it's never going to be perfectly filled. So, unless it was, again, like a perfectly straight street, which was the case in my San Diego build, and that worked out nicely. But on these curved ones, it definitely gets a little bit more complicated. But anyway, so that's why, you'll see me move the plants around, you'll see me move the barriers around, and it's just to make sure that everything fits nicely and is good to go. So anyway, that'll be this video. Like I said, the flower beds and planters. You'll see me make these two specifically, and kind of the process. I like to mix things up from flower bed to flower bed, and then make sure to check out the next video that'll be coming out relatively soon. Next one, I'm going to be going over the park entrance over here, and I think that'll be a good one. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.